This king on e1 is going to castle and then get chased across the board all the way down to here and around and up, chased by my queen and my rooks. I was trying to checkmate it for so many moves. This is one of the greatest king hunts that I've seen in a long time. Well, there's a little bit of bad news about this king hunt, but you're going to have to watch the game to see what that is. Let me show you what happened. This was wild. I thought it was going to be a normal 3-minute game. I'm playing my typical e5, d5 gambit that I've been experimenting with recently, bringing out my pieces quickly. I like to gambit this pawn and just attack. And here we go. I was playing very aggressive in this game, and it almost worked out well, but you're going to see. So let's see. Right around here is where I started to go a little bit crazy. So I played rook f6, typical rook lift. I want to come over and attack the h2 square to set up a checkmate. If I could figure out a way to get rid of the defender, that would be a checkmate. So that's my plan. White is trying to generate counterplay over here. I don't really care. I just ignored it. Rook to h6. So now I have the threat. If we can get rid of this knight, I can checkmate the king. They capture. Remember, I don't care. I just keep attacking. This doesn't mean anything to me because if you take me now, I will simply take here with check, and then this is going to be checkmate. Okay, great. So my opponent sees that and plays the move g3. All right. I didn't really see where else to go with my knight because if I go check here, he just moves the king, and my knight's kind of blocking my other pieces from getting in, so I didn't think that made a lot of sense. And if I go back to where I came from, well, then he's going to start taking here and forcing some trades, and I didn't think that made sense either. So I figured to keep the tempo up, I had to actually take this. Forgot to put the eval bar on, actually. I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, let me just show you quickly. The eval bar doesn't like what I'm doing, as you can see. Right? It says the sacrifice here doesn't make any sense. All right, bishop takes f3. I pushed by. You know, you don't want to trade pieces when you're trying to attack. And I was afraid that if I took here, it's going to just open up the lines for his pieces. He's going to come down here with the queen and start trading everything. So I'm like, okay, let me just play c5, keeps the queens on the board. I can keep attacking. Bishop goes back. I brought my bishop in, trying to trade off the defender. And finally, I get a little bit of pressure because now white, I believe, made a little mistake. I think they should have just played like queen f3, and they could have defended with their queen on g2 maybe. But after this, how are they going to save this pawn, right? So here, white plays rook to d1. I capture the pawn, and they try to run. And this is where it starts to get interesting. Now, there's a winning move here for me, as you can see from the eval bar, that I did not play in the game. If you would like to pause, now's a good time. All right, if you had a chance to look at that, the winning move in this position is rook to f8. Very simple, and it's the only winning move for me, by the way. Just attack the pawn. And if white, let's just say, tries to defend it, now Stockfish wants me to throw in the check. Of course, they can't come out because we're cutting off the escape square. This is checkmate. So they would have to run the other way, but now they're just simply losing their rook. They try to defend with the other rook. I can now play this amazing move, queen takes e3, because this was pinned. And I have all kinds of pressure here with threats all over the place with my queen. This is a winning position. So that was the idea, okay? I didn't see that, and instead sacrificed my rook. Now, Stockfish doesn't like it, but it leads to some wild positions, and this is what starts the crazy king hunt. I want you to pay attention. His king was here. He castled. He played king f1, and now watch what happens to this guy's king. He goes here, and I noticed that I can go queen h2 check. And if he goes back, now I have rook f8 check, and I have a really nice attack here. It looks like he's going to have to sacrifice his queen to not get checkmated. If you go here, this is checkmate, right? So I said, okay, that looks pretty good. And if he goes back here, that allows me at least to do this. And I didn't know if I had checkmate, but it looked pretty good for me. Stockfish says apparently I have to play h5 and it's a draw, which, okay, anyway, that's weird. But my opponent played the best move and just started to run. Okay, now is where it really gets interesting. Rook f8 check, and he runs some more. King to e4. Now, at this point, I'm down a rook. Okay, queen and rook, queen and two rooks. So I know I have to do something pretty dramatic. I have to keep attacking the king. So I throw in the check. He runs back this way. Kind of looks like he's getting to safety. And I'm like, no, I got to make sure, first of all, they don't get checkmated. I wanted to use my rook. But for example, if I go here now, there's a back rank checkmate. Okay, so that's why I played h6. Stockfish doesn't love it. Actually, no, it says it's an okay move. Yeah, h6 is an okay move. So I play h6. He tries to trade queens. Of course, I'm not going to trade queens. I capture the pawn over here. He captures, and rook to f2. Now I've got the rook and the queen behind the king. There's no way this king is going backwards, but it's going to run forward. So I go queen e2 check. He runs. Queen takes d1. He lost a rook. Okay, that was just a free rook. Great. I'm feeling good. I got my rook back. I'm still hunting this king. Queen h5 check. The wrong move. Apparently, Stockfish says rook f8 is the only move here to keep the position equal, threatening the skewer, controlling my back rank. Okay, I didn't see that. I played queen h5 check. By the way, this is a 3-minute game, and we're getting low on time. Now I'm down to 40 seconds. My opponent has 45 seconds. There's a lot to think about with no time on the clock, or very minimal time on the clock, right? And by the way, the king is still running. So he's gone. He was here. He went up this way. He went back this way. Now he came over this way, and he's just getting started. Rook to f6 check. King c5. Now I went back to f8 to control the back rank. He goes king c6. I'm trying to figure out a way to get my queen into, closer to the king. Rook to b8, and I am threatening checkmate in one move on b5. Now, what's white's best move? a4, actually. Just stop the checkmate. Now I don't really have anything. But he doesn't do that. He gives me an opportunity here, and he plays the move. Rook to e7. Okay, white wants to go here with the fork, but he doesn't have time for that. He's just allowed my queen to come over. Look at the eval bar. I am winning this game. I have 22 seconds, but I am winning the game, and I see the move. Queen to b5 check. King c7. The king is still running. Now, it's almost a checkmate pattern. The problem is I can't go there because of the queen, right? This would normally be checkmate, except thank you very much. So I'm like, okay, what else can I do? Rook, no, same thing. He just takes me. I can't go check here because the only check that I have, queen b6. But it's fine because now rook d8. Okay, great. He's going to keep running. Remember, king started here, came up this way, came down here, came over here, came, I think it went this way. I don't even remember. Around here. Now it's coming back this way. I'm like, fine. Keep taking stuff, right? Check. Okay. Now he's going back. He's going back this way. 17 seconds. This is the problem. By the way, I'm also playing this game on my phone. When I play on my phone, I am not nearly as fast as when I play on the computer. I have a hard time pre-moving. The phone only lets you pre-move like one move at a time, so you can't do like multiple pre-moves like you can on the computer. At least I don't know how to do it. And so I'm already in a bad situation. I know that. But I'm like, there's got to be a checkmate. I mean, look at his king. And Stockfish says, yeah, you're right. There's something really good here. But I didn't see it. I played rook to f8 check, and my advantage disappears. The king gets away. He goes king h5. I played h5. I'm still trying. He just takes me. Apparently, it's a draw if I just take on g3. But I did this check. Let him run. Played g6. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. I'm on my phone. I'm like, I'm about to run out of time. I don't know what to do. I don't see a checkmate. I'm looking for checks. I just don't see anything. I don't know what to do. I panicked, played a bad move, and ended up losing on time a few moves later. That was it. And I had to win. I'll show you the win. Instead of rook f8 check here, if I play queen f6 check, this is apparently a winning move. I haven't actually looked at this line. I'm looking at it with you right now for the first time. Queen g5 check, only move. He's got two options. Let's see if he runs here. What am I doing? Now queen h5 check. If he blocks, what's the deal? Queen f5 check? If he blocked, like what's the deal? Queen f1 check? If he goes here, oh, then the rook comes in and you win. So he has to come up. But then you have queen h1 check, followed by queen f3. I mean, this is wild. You're like positioning his queen in a bad spot, and you're threatening checkmate with the pawn. So he has to go here and like sack his rook. And the game is still not over, but now you've won the rook and you're winning. So that's one option. And then going back here, he could have also gone the other way with his king, but that allows queen h5 check. Only move, by the way. Like there's so many only moves here. If you miss any of these, you don't win. If the king goes back somewhere, the rook comes in, I guess. Yeah, and you win. Okay, that's easy. But if he pushes the pawn, again, only move, queen h3 check. Again, if the king goes back, the rook's going to invade, I guess. Or no, in this case, the rook invades here. I mean, this is so complicated. There's no way I was seeing this with 17 seconds or whatever. Okay, and if the king comes up, queen h2 check, king f3, rook f8 check, and he has to give up the queen. So there was a way to like force him to either give up his rook or give up his queen, depending on which way the king ran. And that is what I needed to see. But just to recap, I want you to just see this one more time because this was what blew my mind. His king was here. His king was here. Watch the king. He comes up. He goes here. He goes back. He goes over this way. He goes up here. He comes here. Nope, just getting started. He runs this way, this way, this way, this way. And I couldn't get it. Oh, guys. It was a painful loss. Must have felt good for my opponent to be able to do that with his king. I didn't know kings could do that. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay sharp. Play smart. Take care.